it's time for some changes in life. New perspective requires some new attributes and some new looks. So, I'm at the barber shop. The first thing that's going to change is this hair. Wow, check this out. New do, new life. Let's roll. Alright guys, I'm quite excited today because thanks to my riding buddy, my friend and my mechanic, who is also happened to be a Yamaha showroom owner, Yamin, I'm getting to test drive the new Yamaha MT-15. And this is not just going to be like a tiny little test drive. He agreed to let me have the bike for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half even. He said, take your time, do as long as you want, make the video. Currently I'm on my way to the showroom to pick up the bike, so stay tuned and find out more about Yamaha MT-15. Here it is, Yamaha showroom, Hava Auto Yamaha. Hey guys, so he just now made another sale for another bike. So here is the Yamaha happy customer with his new bike. Thank you. So this is the baby. Let's go. Take it for a spin. We ready? Let's go. Okay, well, I have to say the sitting position is a bit aggressive. I wouldn't be very comfortable sitting in it for a long time, but the way your legs grab the tank and the way it's held together, I actually feel like I'm sitting in the bike, not on the bike, which is quite good. I got to give a test also to the ABS. Let's see how this works. Considering it's a 150cc engine, 155, the performance is quite well. The acceleration, and I'm not gonna take it to the top speed because it's a brand new engine and it hasn't been run in, and I don't want to ruin it. But it's got quite good acceleration. The instrumental panel is nice. The reverse white on black, it's very contrasty and very easy to read. Although I'm not a big fan of the digital RPM meter, it's okay, it's alright. Oh, nice brakes. I guess thanks to ABS. Very bitey, very bitey. It's quite a light and nifty bike. Very easy to throw around the corners and stuff. It will be very good for city commute and traffic and cutting through traffic. So I have to say that Yamaha has done a decent job with the power to weight ratio. I believe this bike has got 19.2 bhp and it only weighs like 140 kilos or something like this. I have to check it. I will tell you guys this at a different time when I'm actually going to get into spec details of the bike. It's just, the sitting posture is nice. It's nice. It's very sporty. I mean, it's not something I would go for because I'm a tourer, but it feels good. It feels good. I really love the way my legs grab the tank. It's amazing. Now I'm gonna try to do some standing up and see how that works. See, now for standing up it's not good at all because the handlebars are way too low. It's a very sporty sitting posture bike, so you won't be able to stand a long time on the pegs, or I don't know, for a couple of seconds, a minute or two maybe, yes, but not more than that. Okay, let's try the ABS. Nice. Nice, nice. No locking up or anything. That was the back brake. That was the back brake. Now I'm gonna try the front brake ABS. Let's see. Oh, very well. Very well. Oh, nice, nice. This switches console is a little bit weird. I'll talk to you guys about it in a little bit when I stop. Nice, nice braking. Nice, I like it. I'm not saying that you should guys all go for the ABS. But what I'm saying is that Yamaha has done a very good job on the ABS. A very good job. Let's see on the sand. Nice. Wow, even on the sand. It's pretty decent suspension for this kind of gravel road. But then again, this bike's not meant to be taken on this kind of gravel road. Oh, I managed to lock up the back wheel on the gravel. Yamin was explicitly specific that I should not get the bike muddy and dirty. So I'm being very careful here. Trying not to go through any dirt or mud, otherwise I'm in trouble. Yeah. So here, and here, and we'll talk about more. Enjoy the view. I love the aggressive front headlight. Oof, it's just something different. Alright guys, before I get into like all the little detailing and everything, let me tell you the specs for this bike. It's a single cylinder liquid cooled engine. The cubic capacity is 155 cc, but even at that 155 cc it manages to pull out 19.2 bhps, which is quite good, I would say. I guess Yamaha's new technology, VVA or something like this, basically where the valves change mapping, or a different valve starts opening at a different RPM, really helps to boost that. If you guys want to know more about VVA technology, just Google it up. This is not Yamaha's first thing with VVA. They have done R15 version 3 with this, and now they're throwing it in here as well. Okay, the weight, as I said before, the weight of this baby is super light. It's 138 kilos, fully loaded weight, means with the 10 liters of fuel and 1.05 liters of engine oil. It only weighs 138 kilos. It's amazing. The power to weight ratio on this baby is insane. I mean, I have driven it and I can confirm to that. It's very nimble, it's very light, you can throw it left and right, and you know, without so much effort. And it has the power to just like drop a gear and like whoomph, drive into the sunset. As I have said earlier, it has quite a comfortable and ergonomic sitting position. Actually, once you sit on it, your legs kind of like fit into like these cavities here, and it just, you really hold the bike with your legs. It's quite good. It's quite good. It's like this feeling I have not had on any bike so far. The closest to this was FZ16 when it just came out, but this by far has overpowers it all. The downside of this thing though is if you try to ride standing up, it's not comfortable. You won't be able to do it for long because of the handlebar being so low, and it's just hard to do it. Now, as for rider comfort, with the seat height of 810 mm, it would be quite comfortable for shorter riders. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I'm quite tall, but guys who are shorter than me also wouldn't have such a big issue because of the seat height not being so high, 810 mm, as I said before. Now the front fork travel is 133 mm, I believe, and that is it is quite good. The back travel is 97 mm or 95 mm, something like that, which is also quite good, and it's not a direct, it's a chain link suspension. I don't know how much you can see here, but it's a link suspension, it's not a direct one, so that obviously helps out a lot. Also, with the ground clearance of 155 mm, I'd say it's not that low. It's not that low. I wouldn't call it super high off-road bike, but it's quite good. It's quite good. I guess it will get you over your major speed bumps and whatnot. Although I would not go for this bike as an adventure bike, since it has both alloy rims in the front and in the back, 17-inch only. I would like to have my front at least like 19, if not 21. 21 would be like perfect. And tubeless, it is very easy and comfortable when you are in the city on the roads and stuff, but if you're going off the terrains and everything, then tubeless is more headache than it's worth. But 17-inch tubeless rims in the front and in the back, both 17. Now coming to the braking power, this baby has got some stopping power. 282 mm single disc brake in the front and 220 mm single disc brake in the back. Alright, both do as a single channel ABS. The front brake caliper is made by Brembo. It's actually Bybre. It stands for by Brembo. That's how Brembo markets their brakes in India. So the front caliper is by Brembo. However, the rear caliper is Nissan or something like that. It's not Brembo exactly. I've got to say, as I said before, the braking power on this baby is insane. I guess the combination of 282 mm front disc brake and Brembo and ABS, it really put all that together. It's really bitey and it's really nice and kind of like sudden stop, which is needed for a bike with this kind of power and this kind of power to weight ratio. Alright guys, now I'm going to talk a little bit about the ergonomics, the sitting postures, and some of the cons that I have mentioned of this bike. So please do not hate me if you don't like my opinion. This is just what I think, and well, it is what it is. Just let me know if I'm wrong or whatnot. Okay, I say it's quite cool that they have managed to put the key in here instead of like where its original place is. Okay, so we turn on the key and the dash lights up with a negative kind of like contrasty display, which is quite cool. You have the quite big speedometer readout, you have your gear indicator, you have your odometer, you have your fuel gauge. I think I forgot to put fuel in here, but I hope I can make it back. And you have your, I don't know, engine check light, temperature, you have your ABS, you have your high beam, and you have your indicator lights that are on the side. There is another light here up on the top that's gear shift indicator. When you hit a certain RPM and it's time to shift to the next gear, basically when you're getting close to red line, that will go on and flash or light up. I don't know, I'm not going to check this part out since it's a new bike. I don't want to over rev it. Alright, one thing I would like to see is if I am able to start it with the side stand on. So we'll push the kill switch on, we start it, it's in neutral, the side stand is on, and I get on the bike. I do not pick up the side stand and I put it into gear, and I can drive with it in gear with the stand down. So that is a safety issue, Yamaha. This is something you have to look into it. I mean, as far as I understand, even Royal Enfield Himalayan has figured this out. Okay, that's one of the things. Alright, let's look at something else. I'm not going to get into details of adjusting this because this bike has not been adjusted for me. The levers are all in the wrong position and everything, but that's besides the point. Okay, the grips on the handle, they feel quite soft and quite comfortable. That is lovely, that is appreciated. Alright, the knobby things at the end, well, they are okay, but they are plastic, so they are only going to survive. I think they're plastic. Yeah, they are plastic. So they're only going to survive one crash, and that's all about it. You know, surprisingly enough, although the front piston, brake piston or caliper, whatever you call it, is made by Brembo, this is some Chinese shit. At least it does not say Brembo here, you know. But what it is there, I guess they're trying to cut some costs here and there. The most important and annoying part of this bike so far for me is the switches consoles. Okay, first of all, why would you switch around the horn and the indicator? Like, why would you change them around? What's going on? Why can't you just, like, there's already a worked out standard, there's already worked out how it's supposed to be done, and stick to that. Why are you changing it around? I am driving, I am used to having my horn here, but when I go to my usual location where the horn is, what do I get? I get the indicator, and to get to the horn I have to go higher. What's the deal with that? What are you trying to achieve here, Yamaha? Another thing, okay, since in India BS4 model has come out, the headlights always stay on, so there is no need for like a headlight on off switch, so you only have the low beam and the high beam switch, right? And then they went and they threw in this thing called a flasher pass light. Basically what you have to do is you have to press here with your thumb, okay, and that will momentarily turn on high beam, like here, okay. What happened to the old school? How you all had this console here with the index finger trigger? What happened to that? You know, what was wrong with it? I don't understand. Why fix something if there's nothing wrong with it? Okay, and let's look at the right hand console. I mean, this is something that is from like a Chinese pit bike. That's it. It's just a kill switch and a start switch. That's it. It looks so tiny and cheap and like very, I don't know, cheap. Yes, cheap, bruv, cheap. If I am going to spend 162,000 rupees on a bike like this, okay, I would like to get some decent controls. I mean, come on, Yamaha, you could do better than that. I mean, just use your standard stock, what you have already used in all your other bikes, like, you know, R15 version 2 for sure, FZ16 Phaser, and all these bikes. You have a decent standard switches. Why reinvent it? Why? I don't understand. Maybe somebody from Yamaha can explain to me. Another thing that makes me ask a question is, why so thin handlebar and why does it look so cheaply made? It's like, come on man, you put massive forks on this baby. Okay, they are not upside down forks, I agree, but they are thicker than your other 155cc bikes, okay? Why the puny tiny little handlebars? I mean, you could have gone at least with like, I don't know, 28mm maybe? Okay, another thing that really kind of puts me off is the size of these mirrors. Okay, they are quite small and tiny and they don't offer much view. Well, I guess, I don't know, I guess it's okay, it's just a matter of personal taste or whatnot. I got to say the seat is on a rather hard side, but it is not as uncomfortable as, let's say, Duke 200 or any Duke. You know, it's bearable, and especially when you sit and your legs go into here. I don't know, it just fits your butt quite well, so it's not so bad. The grab rail is quite interesting and it's a very innovative approach at this. It's just like pretty much round pipe bent and bolted onto your foot pegs, but hey, it does the job, innit? Yeah, this innovative solution for a passenger grab rail, pretty much a pipe that is bent a little bit and is bolted onto where the passenger foot pegs mount. It's kind of interesting, but at the same time cheap, may I say? I don't know. I mean, it makes it easy to take all this off. Just 2 bolts undone and your whole passenger foot pegs and your grab rail is gone. Boom, you are a single rider. But it just doesn't really match the bike. But I got to say that the front and the lights with the little projector and everything, it just looks sexy and it's very aggressive. It's like a transformer type kind of thing. Yeah, it's a pity that on the Indian model they did not stick an upside down fork. What to do, I guess. They're trying to make it affordable for the Indian market. I like how they brought out the back slightly more than usual to catch all the mud and all the water and whatever that splashes up. I guess kind of looks very interesting that way. You know, they have tried to do something similar on the FZ series, but not as much. Not as much. It has not. The back wheel has not come out that far. Alright, so I have to tell you guys that the ABS is a single channel. That means only works on the front wheel. It does not work on the rear wheel, so you can lock up your rear wheel if you want to. It's not so easy, but it's doable. It does make some weird sound, but whatever. And one more thing that I forgot to mention while I was walking around the bike is that it has a slipper clutch, which is quite useful, I guess. I have not had much experience with it, so I cannot comment a lot on the slipper clutch. I know how it works, and to me it's still a little bit confusing in the sense of how good a slipper clutch when you, for example, try to do engine braking. Like I'm trying to do engine braking now, and it works, but at the same time it disengages. So if some of you guys could enlighten me in the comments below and convince me of what's so awesome about slipper clutch, I'd be very happy. I'd be very happy to hear that. Okay. Just a disclaimer, you guys. I think I'm gonna be putting these disclaimers in pretty often. I am not endorsed or sponsored by Yamaha or Ava Auto, but in any way. The owner is my friend and he's my mechanic, but I told him that I'm gonna take a video, I'm gonna take this bike for a spin, I'm gonna make a video about it, and I am going to be bluntly honest, and I will make a fully honest review of what I think the bike is good about and what I think the bike is not so great about. So I'm not being endorsed by them, I'm not being endorsed by anybody. This is my personal opinion on this bike and the performance of this. So take it as you like it or leave it. I don't really care. I'm already almost there to hand in the bike, and this horn button is really fucking with me. It's in the wrong place. Oh, why did they do this? What were they thinking? Jesus, I'm paying 162,000 rupees for this bike. I would like to get some basic shit. Yeah. So much for honest opinions, right? Alright guys, that's all for reviews for today. I have given the MT-15 back. I had some words with the owner of the showroom. I just expressed my concerns and shared my thoughts about it. You have seen everything of this in the video as well. I'm back on my sweet Himalayan and I'm heading home. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative and liked it. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, and also you can subscribe to my channel, of course. Hell, you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook. I will leave links in the description below. I will see you guys next week, and in the meantime, ride safe and enjoy every moment of it. Ciao. It's time for some changes in life. It's been 3 years. No. I'm really gonna miss this weave. Really gonna miss it, but we'll always have Vagator. Alright guys, is uncomfortable. So I've got this bike. Its specs are, well, okay, I have to pause this. As I have said earlier, it has very...
Is it brand new?
Yeah.
I want to buy it.
Yeah, you have 162,000 rupees?
Nice this, huh? Wow.
Yeah, well, fake carbon fiber.
Are you taking a video?
Yes.
Now?
Yes. Okay, I'm completely lost at what to say and how to say it. I don't really care. This horn button is really fucking with me. It's in the wrong place. Oh, why did they do this? What were they thinking? Hey, what do you do with my bike? Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, of course. Hell, you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook. I will leave links in the description below. Ciao.